I wanted to give you an update on the Grandview motorcycle riding area. Here it is. So the Bureau of Land Management said we're listening. Here's where it gets funny. It says due to the large volume of public blah blah blah, but here it says this is very important. The BLM will build on current information and data received from interested public and partner organizations and reinitiate the National Environmental Policy Act process in the future, moving forward with a clear process while actively engaging affected communities. Okay, so that right there basically utilizes a bunch of big words to say that we will be back. We're going to come back and we'll reassess, and we'll be back later. Travel management planning in Hawaii County is required by the Omnibus Public Land Management Act of 2009 and involves a comprehensive approach that considers various aspects of road and trail system planning and management, including natural resources management, road and trail design and maintenance, and recreational and non-recreational uses of roads and trails. But we're going to be back. So, keep fighting, guys. This is definitely not over. The BLM's going to keep pushing, and because of these acts that Congress apparently pushed through, like the NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act, with this language, it really makes me mad. It's hard to read this because they're utilizing all these, big words to basically make it sound really professional and that they have taken your thoughts into consideration, when in fact they will be back to close off all your land. And that's our number one freedom in the United States, is private land ownership. The federal government owning land is the number one tyranny that we were running away from. That and taxation, which we went to war over like 3% taxes back then. Now we get 40% taken out of our incomes. As a reminder, as part of the Declaration of Independence, it is our right to abolish any government that has become tyrannical in any of these ways. And I think there's huge branches of our government that need to be abolished quickly because it's getting out of hand. That's just my opinion, guys. Catch you on the next section. This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Here's a question. What part of this sign can you read at a glance in passing? Big old trail closed, and then in little letters it says 2 motorized vehicles over 50 inches in width, and then in small letters below that it says foot, horse, motorcycle traffic travel permitted. They need to redesign that sign because it's not a closed trail. They could have a picture of a side-by-side crossed out, picture of a four-wheeler crossed out, something simple to look at a glance and know that only that is not permitted. But it's like with everything, it's by design, I believe. With the government, sometimes we believe that they're just completely incapable, but really they are very capable. I think just from the top-down orders, you get your local sections that are pretty okay, but they're getting orders from the top to implement different plans, like the National Environmental Policy Act, and it's a real problem. Ooh, that had thorns. But it's like with the closures in our desert here, the BLM, they make it extremely difficult for you to be able to comment. And lucky for us, the Blue Ribbon Coalition had a meeting and basically explained how to make good comments so that if the BLM decided to close stuff down, then we could sue the BLM. But it was too late. Not only was it too late, but they're coming back. They clearly stated that they were going to be back. They're going to reevaluate according to NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act. But it was too little too late, because there was already a couple big sections of our desert that got closed off before that, which we weren't able to do anything about because it was so quiet. Nobody even knew, including me. I'm pretty involved in the motorcycle happenings locally. I keep my eyes and ears open, and I had no idea that the BLM was closing down areas like that. And now, when we go out and ride in the desert, you'll randomly see trail closed as you try to travel from one point to another. These big sections prevent you from going from Hemingway over to Murphy, which all of us enjoyed doing. But now the BLM has said that you can't do that, which I think is wrong on every level that you can imagine. For one, they did not hear your voice. And two, they don't have that authority in the first place, according to the Constitution. That's an unconstitutional act against the people. People always tell me, oh, you really think your off-roading is part of the Constitution? You think it really matters? You're selfish off-roading? And the answer is yes, I definitely do. It's not just off-roading, it's your freedom of travel as a whole. Whichever way you choose to travel. Because, yeah, you want to walk around on foot, you can still do that in most areas, but they are even closing that off. So it's not uncommon for me to get on this environmental political topic. Because environmentalism and politics go hand in hand. Because politics are what runs environmentalism. The government loves environmentalists. And I'm a true environmentalist, by the way. I think we should all be environmentalists. Nobody wants toxic anything. But it goes too far pretty soon. You can't even move. You just have to go from your house to your job, pretty much. But yeah, we're still able to enjoy a lot of freedom, but let's keep it that way. If we just stop watching for things, then our kids won't be able to come out and do exactly what I'm doing right now. So I still enjoy myself, like, even though all the closures are happening and everything, like, I'm pretty certain that we'll be able to ride for my lifetime in a lot of the areas I enjoy. But what happens after that, that's really the main concern for me, is that it's happening at a rate that will prevent our kids from riding. And California got it done quick. You can't ride a lot of stuff in California anymore. I know lots of people in California that are from California who have moved to Idaho, and lots of their stuff is closed. They kind of just go full Mad Max in California to make sure that they can ride, which becomes the culture here when they come here, unfortunately. So they just go Mad Max over there because everything is closed, so nothing is legal anyway. So they just jump over barriers and do free ride hill climbs constantly and ride random skate parks and climb over benches and tear stuff up. That's a lot of what goes on there. Over here we're trying to do things legal, keep things in the realm of what's legal, because we still do have a lot of freedom over here. But I think Californians have gotten to the point where they just understand that it doesn't help to do things the legal way. So it's Mad Max over there. Got a full-blown dude playing a guitar on top of a side-by-side, wearing goggles, shooting machine guns out both sides, jumping around on stuff that's closed off. Their leader is a guy who got radiation poisoning, has 3 arms, a burnt up face. There are some awkwardly angled rocks in that stream. Time for a new rear tire. I'm bald. Bald in the rear. Anyways, guys, I will catch you on the next video. I'm gonna call it quits right in here. Appreciate you stopping by. Peace. Look at that. Some snow on the mountains way out there.
Alright guys, I just wanted to thank my Patreon supporters. That would be Lance Darnell, Jim Jolson Jr., Kurt Kinghorn, Daniel Roush, Brian Thomason, Wade James, Moto Creek, Nathan Young, Jason Froling. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you.